Welcome back, class 6 to the online bio classes. Today, after your unit test, we will start a new chapter, number 3, cell. Since till class 5, you may not have studied about biology, so it is a new topic for you, that now the science is divided into 3 branches: physics, chemistry, biology. So what is cell? Cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of life. Means all living things, either you take any plant or an animal, are made up of very small, invisible, the one which cannot be seen to our naked eyes, microscopic structures called cell. So first you should know the definition of cell. Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Functional unit of life means all the living things are made up of cell. Structural unit means, and functional unit means each and every function carried out by a living thing is due to the cells. Like we are able to digest our food due to the cells which are present in our digestive system. Similarly, the plant cells are able to make food due to the cells which are present in the leaves, which help them in the process of photosynthesis. Okay. Now cells can be seen under a microscope. What is microscope? Microscope is an optical instrument, you can see in your bio lab also, through which we can see very minute object. It helps to magnify. Magnify means to make the size bigger and visible to us. What cannot be seen with our naked eyes can be seen with the help of a microscope. Understood now? So what is microscope? It is an optical instrument which is used to magnify the size of very small objects which are not visible to our naked eyes. And in the microscope we use lenses. The lenses are there to magnify the image or the size of an object. Like a compound microscope is the one which contains 2 different types of lenses. A simple microscope is your hand lens, which you can use to magnify the words which are present in your book. You can make it appear bigger also with the help of magnifying glass. That is called the simple microscope. Okay. Now next is invention of microscope. Who discovered microscope? A scientist named Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Okay, spelling you have to write correctly. Leeuwenhoek. Antony van Leeuwenhoek was the first who developed a simple microscope. He was the first or the pioneer who developed a simple microscope. So he was the first to observe the living cells, and he developed microscope with the help of a single biconvex lens. Means a lens which is biconvex means it is bulging on both sides. Through his microscope he could see the RBC. RBC, you know, it is a part of blood, red blood cells. He could also see the muscle cells and the cells of bacteria. Muscle cells and cells of bacteria were observed by Antony van Leeuwenhoek with the help of his simple microscope, which was made up of biconvex lens, and he could see RBC, bacteria and the muscle cells. So he is known as father of microbiology. Okay, who is the father of microbiology? Antony van Leeuwenhoek. What is microbiology? Microbiology means the part of biology which deals with the study of minute objects or microscopic objects like bacteria, which cannot be seen with our naked eyes. Okay? So Antony van Leeuwenhoek is called the father of microbiology. Why? Because he was the first, the pioneer, to study about the microscopic object with the help of his microscope, which was made up of biconvex lens. Now in 1665, the year 1665, Robert Hooke, another scientist named Robert Hooke in the year 1665 was able to see or make a primitive microscope. He had invented his own microscope, and he had seen a thin slice of cork. Cork, you know, the one, it is a plant product made from the bark of the tree, which is used as a stopper. Nowadays it is replaced by plastic cork. So Robert Hooke was the first to observe the cells. Okay, he was the first to see the cells in a thin slice of cork. Slice means, you know, when you cut a piece of cork, a thin slice of cork he had observed under his microscope, primitive microscope, which was made up of two lenses. And what he had seen was many box-like compartments, like this box-like structures were seen. Like this box-like structure he had seen. So he said that these structures appear like the prison's cell. Cell means the, like in a cell means where the persons are kept in the prison. Just like that, a small compartment or room-like structures were seen. They are box-like compartments. And what Hooke had seen, Robert Hooke, actually he had seen only the cell wall, because his microscope was very primitive, very old, so he could not see the nucleus and the other details of the cell. Understood? He had seen only the dead cell, not the living cell, because these cork cells are dead cells. Okay, so what he had observed was dead cells. Only the cell wall was visible in the form of box-like compartments. The word cells come from a Greek word cellula. Cellula is a Greek word which means cellula, which means small rooms. Okay, small rooms. So what is the meaning of cellula? Small rooms. And cellula is a Greek word from which the word cells are derived. Understood now? Now, over a period of time, means from 1665, later on, many new improvements were done by the scientists. They had developed new microscopes with greater magnification, and ultimately the electron microscope was discovered, by which we can see all the fine details of a cell. Even inside the cell organelles also we could study all the details. So in 1838, now next, another scientist, and in the year 1838, German scientist named Matthias Schleiden. So in the year 1838, a scientist named Matthias Schleiden, Schleiden, spelling you have to check, Matthias Schleiden, Schleiden, and Theodor Schwann, Schwan, Schwan. Both the scientists in the year 1838, this one in 1839, both of them gave some idea about the cell. Like he said that all the plants are made up of cells. The other one said, because one was botanist, the other one was zoologist, they put forward, both the scientists together, they gave cell theory. Okay, what did they say? They say about the cell theory. Now what does cell theory say? Cell theory says that all plants are made up of cells. The second point, all animals are made up of cells. Cells are the structural and functional unit of life. They are the basic unit. Now, another scientist in the year 1868, his name is Rudolf Virchow, R-U-D-O-L-F, Rudolf Virchow. He added one more point to the cell theory. So you have to learn what is cell theory, who gave cell theory. Cell theory is the general points given about the cell by Matthias Schleiden, Theodor Schwann. Okay? And what did Rudolf Virchow say? He said that new cells are produced from the old cells. So, from a word, Greek word, we said omnis cellula or cellula. The meaning is new cells arise from pre-existing cells. Okay? So, what did Rudolf Virchow say? He said that new cells arise from pre-existing cells. Means new cells are born from the old cells only. new cells arise from pre-existing cells. Okay, who said this one? New cells comes from old cells. It was Rudolf Virchow. Okay, in which year? In the year 1868. So all these 3 points together forms the cell theory. So if it is asked in the questions or the test, write the 3 points of the cell theory. What you will write? Number 1, all animals and plants are made up of cell. I am writing all the points here. All plants and animals are made up of cells. This is the first point of the cell theory. So if asked what is cell theory, write the cell theory. Okay. Who gave the cell theory? Then you write the name of the scientist. All the 3 scientists' names you can write. The second point is cell is the unit of structure, basic unit. Cell is the basic unit of structure and function of all living things. Means all living things are made up of cell, and all the functions that the living things do is because of the cells. So this is the first point, second point, and third point is here. New cells arise from pre-existing cells. Together they are known as cell theory. Understood now? So if asked who gave cell theory, Selin, Swan and Rudolf Virchow. Okay? And what are the points? They are the 3 points of cell theory. Now next we have to study cell size, number and shape. You know that cells, first one, size. They are of different size. Like some of them are very small, that cannot be seen with our, most of them are very small, that cannot be seen with our naked eyes, and they are generally measured in a unit called micrometer. Micrometers. This is the unit which is used to measure the cell size. Okay, so I will drop this one. And some of the cells are very big, like the ostrich egg, which can be seen with our naked eyes. The nerve cells, which are 1 meter long. So cells are generally measured in micrometer. So 1 micrometer, this is the symbol of micron. Micrometer is equal to 1 by 1000 of a millimeter. Mm means millimeter. So 1 micrometer is equal to 1 by 1000 of a millimeter. And the cell size is that of bacteria, which is 0.2 to, it is 5 micrometer. These are the bacterial cell size. Size of bacterial cell. 0.2 means not 1 also. 0.2 to 5 micrometer. Less than 1 micrometer. It's so small. The bacteria are very small in size. And the long nerve cells, the nerve cells are 1 meter long. They are the nerve cells. So 1 meter we can easily see with the help of our naked eyes. And the largest cell found in nature is the ostrich egg. And the ostrich egg measurement is 15 centimeter long. It's quite big. And 13 centimeter it is wide. That is breadth. This is length, this is breadth. It is the size of an ostrich egg, which is the biggest or the largest cell. Got it now? Now next is number, cell number. So organisms are of 2 types. Cell number. What are they? There are some living things which are made up of only 1 cell. They are called unicellular. Whereas those living things which are made up of more than 2 cells, that is millions of cells, they are known as multicellular. So what is the difference between unicellular and multicellular? Unicellular organisms are the one which is made up of 1 cell only. And multicellular organisms are the one which is made up of many cells. Many cells. Like all the plants mango, guava, tree, all the animals, even human beings are also multicellular, okay? And all the smaller like bacterial cells, they are unicellular, made up of single cell. Amoeba is a single celled animal. Similarly, many single cell plants and animals are there in nature. So you can learn the differences between unicellular and multicellular organisms, which is given in your book in table 3.1. So your homework will be to write table 3.1. Write in copy and learn. Write in copy and learn also. Okay. So what are the differences given? First one, I'll discuss it. Unicellular organisms, the body is made up of single cell or one cell. Multicellular organisms, the body is made up of many cells. Number two, the unicellular organisms are mostly microscopic. That is, we can see them only with the help of microscope. But multicellular organisms, they are so big, like mango tree, guava tree, you can easily see them, no need of any microscope. Okay? So they can be seen, they are called macroscopic. The third point, in unicellular organisms, a single cell will carry out all the functions, like this is the nucleus, this is the cytoplasm. So all the functions of life, like respiration, excretion, digestion, egestion, everything will be done by that single cell only. In multicellular organisms, like we are multicellular, we carry out different types of functions with different types of systems. Like we have digestive system to digest our food, we have nervous system for the conduction of impulses, we have the excretory system to remove the waste from our body. So it means in multicellular organisms, different types of functions are carried out by different types of systems. Okay, not by the single cell as it happens in unicellular organisms. And the last one, the unicellular organisms have a simple body organization. Simple body organization means their body is made up of simply single cell that carry out all the functions. But in multicellular organisms, their body has a complex organization. And the last one is the lifespan. Lifespan means the time between birth and death. Unicellular organisms have a very short lifespan. Means they remain alive only for a few days or few hours or for a few months. But multicellular organisms have a longer lifespan. They complete their lifespan in years, like 5 years, 10 years, 100 years, more than that also. Okay? So today up to here only. Next we'll study about the shape of the cell and then the details of the cell structure. So after watching this video, you can write your name in the comments and complete the homework which is given along with the diagram of cell you can do as homework. Like you can draw a cell given on page 41. You see the homework number 1. Number 2, homework is on page 41. Diagram of plant cell. Draw it neat and clean. If you want, you can color it also and label it correctly, all the parts. Like write the names of all the parts. I will show you that diagram which is given here in the book also. See, this one you have to draw. Okay? This particular diagram. Can you see it? Okay, thank you. This much only for today, okay?